Hey guys, good evening and welcome back to our Thursday. And today we are gonna make a project. I hope you know it by yesterday and don't mind my hair today. Uh, so cute के directly शुरू कर दिया stream. Okay, so let's start. Let me just show you the thing that we are gonna make today. Let me just give you the glimpses. So this is the thing that we are gonna make. I told you about this project yesterday. It's gonna be a game, and in this game we are gonna generate a random number, and the user have to guess that number. That number is going to be between 1 to 20, and you can change it afterward to increase the difficulty of the game. And basically this is the all game is all about. And we are going to give also the hints, let me just see what is the correct number. So I have made a cheating system so that we can see what is the lucky number. So the lucky number is 1. If the user guesses 5, so the lucky number is like 1. So we are going to show that your number is too high from the correct number. So as you can see, we just showing the too high, and like user gonna guess the number between 0 and 5 and like that. And once he or she guesses the correct number, we will change this screen to like different color. And when we show this message, you have guessed the correct number. So this is the game, and let's build it from scratch. Okay. So let me know in the chat if you can see me and am I audible and you understood about the game, all of kind of these things. Please do let me know in the chat. Okay, and the chat is like 10-second delay, so I can't see that. Let me just assume you understood about the game. So here's a very basic HTML. You can see our HTML file is almost about like 40 lines of code, and it's a very easy file. Here I've just added some titles and all kind of these things. Nothing more, nothing fancy. It's very easy HTML. I think you all can make this. I will share the code anyways. You can see the code. So in this file, we have an input field, and here then we have basically, and the input field is gonna have some kind of ID. Then we have a button. That button that we used, we were clicking this check button, and some H1, H2 here and there. So before starting our session, let me just introduce two concepts. Okay, first concept is called functions. So yesterday, remember we just we wrote a code to get the age from the user. Remember this code from what's your age, and then we checked if the age is greater than 18. Then we showed a message like you're old enough to vote. So this was the code that we did yesterday, and as you can see, let me just refresh. Okay, let me just close this one, and I have this one. So let me just refresh. So here we got what's your age, so let's 22, and we got the message you're old enough. So there is a concept in programming called function. Again, don't go with the fancy name. So it's very easy. In the functions, we wrap some lines of code, and we can execute that code whenever we want. Okay, so it's like we can execute same part of code again and again whenever we want. So let me just make a function for you. That's very easy to make. Just type function, then name of the function. You can name a function anything. So let's just say check. Okay, check if just let me just name the function check. Okay, then use these two braces. After that, use these curly braces, and inside that you can write the same code that we have written previously. Prompt, prompt, prompt. How old are you? And we can check if the age is greater than 18. Alert, you're old enough. So here we have created a function and it's going to do nothing for now. As you can see, nothing we haven't got any pop-up for the age and anything like that. We have to call this function. So here we have made a function. This we have made a function. Now we have to call the function to use it. So to call a function, it was very easy. Remember, we were using the functions. This was also a function. So it's very easy to call. Just type the name of the function. Check is the name of the function and use these braces after that. And here we are calling a function. So you can see we got the basically this prompt. So 22 and you're old enough to call. And we can call a function as much time we want. Okay, so I'm calling this function 4 times. So we are, this part of the code is going to be executed 4 times. 1 time, 2 times, 3 and 4. And so just to check, 20 to 90, you're old enough. Okay, again we got the pop-up. 22, you're old enough. Let me just go for 12. This is the third time. So basically this is the trick we do to execute same part of code again and again whenever we want it. So here we have made a basically it's a block of code that we can use whenever we want. Okay, so this is the concept of function. And also let me just make one more function. So let's just make a function called sum. So this function is going to be adding two numbers. So let's just make two variables, a 10 and where b 20. And inside this function, we are just going to where result equals to a plus b, and we are just console.log result. So now, as the previous one, we are not going to get anything in the console. Just to check, we can see here we are getting nothing in the console. Once am I calling the function, then this part of the code is going to be executed. So let me just save it, and we got 30, and we can do this thing as much time as we want. So I'm just calling sum 3 times. So this part of the code is going to be executed 3 times. So 1, 2 and 3. So is it clear to you? Just let me know in the class when will where I'm going to share the basically the GitHub link so that you can copy and like start doing your own code. Okay. Okay, Spark, what is the thing that you want to me to repeat? Just do let me know. Good evening, good evening. Yes. Just let me know if you understand about this functions. Functions very easy. Basically, it's out of the scope of this course, but still I will tell you. S090 Amit Pal, I will let you know. There is another way of making function with variables. So this is the way we used to make variables where a equals to 10. There is one more way, const num equals to 10. So this is also one of the way by that we can make a variable, and we have let b equals to. So these are the three ways by which we can make a variable. So there is a little bit different in these three ways. First difference is in const you cannot redefine the variable. So if I made a const like number equals to 10, I cannot change the number value to something else. So if I do this, it's going to throw an error. So basically it's going to throw an error if I do something like this. Okay. So let me just show you. So here we got an error. So this is the difference between const and where and let are almost same, and the difference is like more deeper than you think. So it's gonna be covered in the full program. So but the basic difference between const and var is that we cannot change the value of const afterwards. That's the basic difference. So I hope the functions are clear to you. There's one more thing, that you can pass some value inside a function, and we can accept these values here, and these are called parameters. So it's very easy to do. All you have to do like type some name here. Okay, so let me just type a comma b, and let me just remove this from here. Okay, so a comma b. Now I can pass any number here, 10 and 20, and this 10 is going to be becoming this a, and this 20 will be b, and after that it's going to be executed like previous one. Okay, nothing more, nothing less. That are called parameter, that we can pass something in a function, and you can see we got the output, and we can change the parameter afterwards. So if you want to, like, we have made a function that is going to add some numbers, so let me just add this random number with this random number. So then we got the output, this random number. So these are called the parameters. All you have to do is to pass parameters. Whenever you were calling the function, you have to pass the parameter. So you can pass anything, like I am just passing numbers, and in the function you have to accept these parameters in some names. Okay, these are the names basically, where we can accept those parameters. That's all. So that's all about the functions in a nutshell. Okay, I will repeat it again, don't worry. So function is a thing where we basically, what we do, we basically make a block of code. We basically make a block of code, and then we can execute this block of code again and again whenever we want it to, like, execute again. Okay, that's the only use of function for right now, and it's easy to make. All you have to type the function and then name that function. So let me just name a function square. So this okay, square. So this function gonna, like, take a argument. So the name of the function is square. After that, make two these brackets, simple brackets, and then these curly brackets. Inside this, also in a function, you can take some input, some kind of value as an input, and you have to name those input here. You can name them anything. So let me just name a number. Okay, so I am gonna take an input called and I just name that input number, and where we are going to pass this input whenever we are going to call that function. So let me just call the function square, and here I am calling. So this is called the calling of the function. So here I'm calling the function, and in this place I can pass an input, and this input will be accepted here. So let me just pass the number, like let's just pass 22, and let's just square this number, console.log, and now we can use this value to access this number. We can use this name to access this thing. And what is the square of a number? Number multiplied by itself. So number multiplied by itself. So basically, why my laptop is so slow today. So here, and we can, and let me just show you the output. So here we got the output of that square. So that's the way, basically, a whole thing about the functions. Okay, Amit Pal, what is arrow function? Arrow functions are again different way of making functions in JavaScript. Basically, JavaScript has some versions, so each version have basically different syntax, and there is a difference between this function and the arrow function. Again, I'm telling you that's out of scope for these 3 days of course today, because already we are in the last day of the course. And arrow function, I will I'm just going to show you how to make an arrow function just for the knowledge purpose. So just I'm going to show you the syntax of the arrow function. So this is the way we make an arrow function. So it's very easy to make an arrow function. So this is a regular function and this is arrow function. Moreover, these two functions are going to work exactly same. The difference is little bit deeper, and that will require you to know a little bit more about JavaScript. So this is the arrow function. Basically, it is the newer syntax. And this is all about the functions. And the second thing I want to tell you, that we can access these things, these tags from our JavaScript, and we can change the value and we can modify all kind of these things we can do in our JavaScript. And it's very easy to do. Just note the syntax. Okay, just note the syntax. Let's just assume that I want to, that I want to access, let's go with this heading. Okay, I want to access the how lucky you are. I want to access this heading tag, and then I will change this to anything else. So all you have to do, type here document. So document basically means our whole HTML document. So document dot get element by ID, and inside this bracket type the name of that ID. Just type the ID. So what was the ID? ID here is title. Let me just give the title. Title. So by this, we have grabbed that basically H1 tag, and we can store that tag in a variable. So let's just store in a variable called title, title, and just to show you, I'm just gonna console.log the title. Let me just show it to in console panel. So here you can see we got that H1 tag. So it was the H1 tag, and we can down later, we can change the value, we can get input and all kind of this stuff. So it's very easy to grab something from our DOM. So basically it's our whole document basically. It's called DOM. So basically it's our old document, and we can access those things just by using document.getElement by ID, and inside this bracket just type the name of the ID. Okay, Spark. And also we can get the element by class name, and also so class name. And in this case you have to mention the class name. So what is the class name here? Class name is also title. So just type title here. So this is the thing that by which we can access something from our HTML document. Okay. There is one more thing that is called query selector. So that one, query selector, and here we have to type the CSS property like we used to do in CSS. So it's same as get element by ID. It is same as that get element by ID. All you have to do, make if you're selecting an element by ID, use that hash symbol before the ID name, and if we are grabbing something by the class name, use that dot symbol like this, like in the CSS properties, same as in the CSS properties. Like see, if we try to get something by class, we use dot, like dot right and dot that, and if we are getting something by ID, we use hash. I think I haven't used the ID here. Okay, so but we are going to use that get element by ID for the sake of simplicity. Get element by ID. I just wanted to tell you there are like much more ways to grab some kind of thing from our document. Like this is our document. Okay, so do you understand? Basically it's very easy to grab something. Just remember this syntax. And by using this syntax we can grab something from our document HTML page, isn't it? It's very easy to do. Okay, do let me know in the chat if you understood, so that I can, like, if you're not getting it, I will tell you this once again, like little bit more details. So do let me know in the chat. And if you're wondering about like what was that arrow and const and where, all kind of these things, you can learn about those all things, but you have to enroll in our full stack developer course, and it's very easy to get enrolled in that course. All you have to do, just let me show you. Just Google Let's Upgrade. My laptop is a little bit slow today. Yes, I will repeat. Okay, Spark, I will repeat it again. Let's just let it open. Okay, just Google Let's Upgrade. I don't know why my laptop is so slow today. And just visit the first link. You will get this link. Just visit it. And then you will like, it's very easy to get enrolled in our courses. Okay, so just click on the start learning here. Just click over start learning. Let me just close the previous tabs so that it's easier to load. Let me just see what is happening in the background, why my laptop is so slow. Okay.
Guys, just wait for 1 minute. Sir is having some technical issues, so that's why he's going to log in again. Meanwhile, guys, whatever doubts you guys are having, just pin it on the chat. Okay. Just write whatever your doubts are and just post it in the chat box. Pratika, you will be getting your certificates. Regarding the certificates, you need to first mark your attendance for the whole 3 days, and after that, there will be an exam. So you need to give the exam, and after that, we'll send you the certificates. The certificates will be issued within the end of this month or within the end of the next month, but it will be surely sent to you via mail. Spark, the details for the exams will be also sent to you via mail only. And guys, whatever doubts you guys are having regarding the full stack program, please go and have a look in this link which I'm going to send you. Just write your query and you will be getting everything, like whatever doubts you guys are having, we will be clearing each and every single doubt of yours. So we are providing full stack programs in many courses, for Python, for AWS, for web development. And guys, for that, if you are interested, like you can see that sir taught you JavaScript for 3 days, and obviously it's not enough. So if you guys want to learn more, then sir will be teaching you the whole web development course. So for that, just go to this link and write whatever query you have, and we will be contacting you soon. Devish, the attendance link is pinned in the chat. Please do have a check over there. Vinod, I know sir is facing some issues. That's why he is not here till now. But we will be continuing the session soon. Just wait for a few while. Spark sir will be joining. Just wait for a few minutes. Siddharth, you can master front end. I guess it can take you 1 month. It can take you 2, 3, 4 months. It can take you years also. But that depends upon you how you are going to take it. So, but it would be great if Sir is going to answer the questions. So, Sir is here.
Hello, welcome back. I don't know what was happening with my laptop. Hmm. Actually, it just freezed and crashed. I don't know why. And let me just give you a piece of advice. Don't install Windows 11. It's so unreliable. Just go with the Windows 10 or just start using Linux, because it just have let me down a lot of time already. I'm just a part of that basically develop program. That's why I have to use that Windows 11. Okay, so let me just continue. Let me just share my screen first. Share the screen. So my screen is visible. Just do let me know in the chat if my screen is visible. Okay. Something is wrong with your super chat, sir. Can't we support? Can I don't know about the super chat honestly. Uh, you can just type like the moderator will answer you these questions. Okay. And about the front end, okay. So it depends completely on you. But in through my personal experience, it will take you around 2 to 3 months to know about everything from 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 HTML, CSS, JavaScript, like basics to advanced, little bit of more towards the advanced. Okay, Amit, you have installed. Basically, I am using the Windows 11 developer version. That's why I'm facing a lot of issues. That's the problem. For the backend, PHP, Python, please answer. Comedy singing, I think that's your name. For the backend, you can go with don't go with PHP right now, because uh, sorry to say, but I feel like PHP is little bit on the dying side. Go with Python or Node.js. Node.js will use the JavaScript, and that's also included in that full stack program. In that full stack program, you will also get to know about the backend part. So, but my personal preference, just go with the Python or Node.js. For now, don't go with PHP, because in near future, like jobs for the PHP is gonna be like furthermore less as soon as we are moving towards like from like in 2025 and 2020. Like I think you will be looking for a job in your in your 2025 something. So go with like Python or Node.js. About the app development, you can also use JavaScript to develop your application, mobile application for iOS and for Android both. For that, you have to use the React Native that use JavaScript. So otherwise, you can just learn the native Android development just by using Java or Kotlin, and you can learn iOS. For that, you have to learn Swift, or what is the name of that language? C, like I don't know. I remember exactly the name of that iOS language. So Swift is the thing that you have to learn, but there is one more thing called like C plus something like that. Okay, in the same boat, sir. I am on the same boat. You're in the which boat? Okay, let's continue, because and sorry for the interruption that I left you for a while. So sorry for that. So let's just start. Okay, first thing, we have to generate a random number. So let's like plan our code, like what we are going to do. Let's plan the things. Okay, so what we are going to make, first we have to generate a random number. And it's very easy, because we have a complete line for that in JavaScript that is going to generate a random number for us. Second thing we have to do is to get the input from the user from HTML. Okay, from the HTML. And third thing, we have to check if our answer is correct or not. So these three things we have to do. And if the answer is correct, we will show you have won. Let me just make a smiley face. Mhm. And if answer is wrong, we will hint them that your answer is wrong. Okay, so these are the three things that we have to do. So let's start by generating a random number. So generate a random number. Let me just type where lucky number. Just make the name lucky number. And there is a thing in our basically in JavaScript that is called math.random. So we have a called math.random. So it's a function that is going to give us a random number between 0 and 1. Let me just show this to you. Console.log. And from here, I'm just going to use basic mathematics. So don't get worried. I'm just going to make use of some basic mathematics after that. Because this maths.random is a function provided by JavaScript to us, and it will generate a random number between 0 to 1. And it's going to be like 0, 0, 0, something like 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, that, 0, 0, something like that. And you will see that we are getting a random number between 0 and 1. Just open. I think it freezed again. It is working fine. So here we got a random number, but now we want a random number between 1 to 20, and it's very easy to do. Just multiply the number by 20. So it's basically it's the mathematics. It's nothing fancy. It's just mathematics. That if you multiply something by that if the number is between 0 and 1, and if you multiply it by the number, it will just be extended limit, something like that. I'm not good with maths, so I can't explain this part to you in a better way. And there is one more thing called math dot floor, and it's just going to remove It's just going to remove the decimal part. So this is the only thing that you have to memorize for now, but it's very easy to understand. Math.floor is a function that just removes the decimal places, and basically, and math.random is going to give us a random number, and I'm just multiplying it by a number. Okay, and I'm later down the line, let's just add a +1, and you will know why I'm just adding +1. So this is the part that is the only part that you will like, that basically uses maths. So let me just show it to you. So here we are getting 11. So basically we will get a random number each and every time I'm going to refresh. Now let's take the input from the user. To take the input from the user, let me just see where is the input field. Let's just see where is the input field. So here is the input field. Okay, and let me just give it an ID, and let me just give it ID of number. Okay, it's the ID number, and let's copy this and let's grab this basically. Okay, let's just grab that input field number, document dot get element by ID and number. So here we have grabbed that input field, and to get the value of that input field, all you have to do input dot value, that input dot value. By this you will get the input value that user have written. I will show you the example, don't worry. Let me just show this to you. And before that, so this is this, in this place we have grabbed that input field. Which field? Let me just show you. And sorry, because my laptop is freezing here and there, I don't know why it's happening. Okay, so I have just grabbed this input field, and also just grab this button also. So let's just grab this button also. Let's just see in the document. So where's the button? Let's just see the button. So here's the button, and its ID, it's check. So let me just make a button called guess, and let me just change the name of that ID, button ID basically, to the guess. Okay, and okay, guess. Okay, I think it's gonna working fine. So here we have grabbed that button, and the name of that button I have stored in guess. Let's just see if we have done it successfully or not. Let's console.log all of these three things. Console.log lucky number, also console.log guess, and also that input field. Console.log number, and let's see in our console panel if we have like written everything correctly or not. So let's just go over here. So here it's the random number. Here we have the button, and then we have the input field. As you can see, we have grabbed everything. Now our coding starts. So there is one more thing, that you can set up event listener. What are these event listener? Like, first of all, let me just tell you what are events. So events are anything that user can do on our, basically on our web page. So I can click here, I can select this thing, I can scroll. I can't not scroll right now, but I can also scroll. I can scroll. I can zoom in. I can zoom out. So that those are the event listener. So I can click here. I can click here. I can click here and there. So these are the event listener, and we can listen for these events. So we can listen if a user have done something. So, and then we will execute some part of the code. So what is that some part of the code? That some part of the code is going to be a function. So that's very easy to do. All let's just set up an event. So I want to set up an event on this button. Like if user clicks over here, if user clicks on it, I want to do something. So let's just set up an event. So a guess is the, like here we have grabbed. So let me just the button. Okay, let me just type here button, so it's easier for you to understand. So it is the button, and it is the input field. Input, FIELD, input field. So I'm just making some comments so that it's easier for you to understand. And this part of the code is not going to be executed. Whenever I'm just going to run the code, this part of the code is going to be vanished. Okay, so these are called comments basically. So I want to set up an event on that button. So first I have grabbed that button just by using document.getElement by ID. And now let's just set up our event. Just type guess dot add event listener. So this is how we can add a event listener, and the event is my click. And if we are adding a event listener on that button, so we have to pass two things in these brackets. First thing is name that event. So the name of the event is click. So we have a list of events. It is click, zoom in, zoom out, mouse in, mouse out. There are a bunch of events, and I will show you the list of those events, and you don't need to memorize all of them. And in the second part, we have to pass the name of a function. We have to pass a name of a function that is going to be executed when this event is going to be caused. So for that, let's just make a function. So let me just make a function and let me just name it on click. So I'm making a function and let's just name it on click. And on click, let's just show alert but button click. Okay, let's just type here button click. And let's just pass this name, the function name, in the second part. And that's all. We have set up an event, and this function is going to be executed whenever this event listener occurs. Basically, if some user clicks over the guess button. So we have set up an event on the guess button, and the name of that event is click. So let's just check it if it's working properly or not. So if I'm just going to click over it, it's gonna show that alert. So let me just save it. I think I haven't saved it. Okay, I think. Wait for a minute. The laptop is freezed again. Oh, that just okay. Think that just. So here we got button click. So we have set up an event successfully, and it's very easy to do. So let me just recap everything. So every action that user takes on our web page is an event. So I can click over here, I can select this thing, I can click here, I can click there, and we can listen for this event. And for that, we have to set up a event listener. And how we are going to do that? Just select the element first, basically the element, the tag that on which we have to check for the event. After that, just type the name of that tag. So here I have stored that HTML tag in this variable, and after that type dot add event listener, and it's in the first parameter type the name of that event. It's going to be click, and in the second parameter pass a function. Basically type a name of a function that is going to be executed whenever this click button is going to basically this event going to be occurring. This function will invoke, basically it will run. Okay, in full stack development, used for developing what? Full stack development basically is used for making a website, the backend, the whole structure, whole application. So there's a person who make the front end part. And the front end part is basically this HTML, CSS, and all kind of these things. And the backend part is basically on the servers. Like I think you have heard about the Google server, Facebook servers, and these kind of cool things. So backend developer make that backend part, those servers. And a full stack developer is a person who can do both, who can do the front end part also and who can do the back end part also. That person is called the full stack developer. Okay, what's your VS Code theme? My VS Code theme is material contrast, something like that. So material theme ocean high contrast is the name of my field. Okay, so problem thing. So first problems, Prathika, basically to improve your the problem solving skills, the thing one you can do is start coding. So as soon as you because the only way to learn solve a problem is to face a problem. So first you have to start facing some problems, and the only way is to start code and try to make some projects. And also you can go to there are some website on internet like hackathon, and there are lead code, code chef. There you can try to code, but for that you have to know minimum one programming language completely. After that only you can start coding there on the lead code and the code chef. and also you can join that course, because that course also covers the problem solving skill. So as I told you, like that course is literally from noob to professional. So let's start, and let's just make that function to check if the number user have guessed is correct or not. Okay. So first, it's very easy to do. First, what we have to do, like we have grabbed that, but this button, we have grabbed this input field. Now what we can do, now on the user is going to, whenever the user click over this button, whenever the user is going to click over this button, we have to check if the number entered by the user, like let's just enter 5 here. We have to check if the number is correct or not. And how we can do this? Very easily, just by if else, just by using if else. Just and to get the number from this input field, just let me just input user number. Let me just make a number called variable called guess equals to number, this number dot value, this input field dot value. So here we can get whatever the user have entered in this input field, and just it's very easy to do. Just check if the user guess guess is equals to the lucky number. And if it is equals to the lucky number, let's just show alert you have guessed the correct number. And just let's just console the lucky number so that we can check what is the correct number. And I don't know what is happening with my laptop today. And else, if the number is wrong, let's just show the alert your number is wrong. Alert, you didn't guess the correct number. Okay, it's very easy to do. Let's just try. So let me just type 4 here. Let's just refresh it. Let me just refresh this thing. Okay, 4. And you did not guess the correct number. Okay, let me just see what is the correct number. In the console, because we have console.log the correct number. In the console, let's just see what is the correct number. So the number is 17. So let me just type 17 here. 17. Let us see. Okay. So we have guessed the lucky number. So we have done the first part completely easily, and it was very easy to do. So let me just recap everything. In this line, we have generated a random number from 1 to 20, and it's basically completely mathematics. After that, in this line, we have grabbed the number field, that input field, the number input field, this field. Let me just show this to you. This field, this one from HTML, and also we grabbed this one, but this button. Okay, so here we have grabbed the input field and the button, and we have set up an event listener on the button click. So this is how we have set up an event listener on that button click, and in whenever user is going to click over that button, we just took the value from the input field. So the name of the input field is number. So from the number, we have got the value just by using number dot value, and we stored it in a new variable, and it's a very basic if else statement that I have told you yesterday. That's all. Now what we want to do, whenever user guess a wrong number, we are going to show us a message. So where we are going to show this message? Let's just show the message here. So let's just grab this part also. Okay, let's just grab this part also. And let me just see. So basically, let me just give it an ID, and let's just give it an ID of message. So let's just grab the message, MSG. Let's just type the message, MSG. So I've just given this thing ID, MSG. Let's just grab this also, variable MSG equals to document.getElement by MSG. Okay. Now we can change the content of any HTML tag, and it's very easy to do. All you have to do, just go over here and type msg.inner text, and just make it equal to anything that you want. Similarly, let's just change here, msg.inner text equals to you are wrong. That's only we have to do. Now let's just try it once more. Let me just refresh it again. Let's just 4. Let me just save it again. And okay, I hope it's saved. It's gonna be refreshing. Let's just see. I think we have grabbed something wrong, or I don't know what is happening. How to logic build. To build a logic, again, I'm going to tell you that you have to start practicing day by day, because logic building, problem solving are the things that is going to take a lot of time. It's not very easy to like, it's not a one day thing. It's not a one day thing. You have to practice a lot for that. Okay. And like, it's a thing that you will learn eventually. I can't understand where to. Okay, Shores, you don't need to worry about the semicolons, because VS Code will automatically attach a semicolon, because JavaScript don't require semicolons. It's a not very important thing. So here we are getting you're wrong. 10, we got you're wrong, and I think the number is 9, and you will get you're correct. So don't worry about semicolons. Okay, don't worry about the semicolons. It will automatically attach a semicolon automatically. You don't have to worry about the semicolons. Okay. So here we have made the basic game, and as I told you, you can also change the styling. So change the styling, just type message dot style style, and just type your CSS here. So like color dot green, and let's just, here I have written CSS. It's a CSS. Okay, as you can see, it's CSS. And let's just type here message dot style to color dot red. And let's just do one more thing. Let's just give some kind of hints to the user. If the number is like between something or something, we will give the user some kind of hints. And again, it's easier to do. We're just gonna make use of if and else. So before it's gonna be our last part that this program is going to be needed. So let's just try for 3. So it's red, and let's go for the 4, and it is green. Okay. So let me just tell you again, if you're like, there are, it was very basic course, because we have just scratched the surface of JavaScript, and you can do a lot of things just by using JavaScript. As I told you, JavaScript is used in back end, front end, React.js, and full blown mobile applications. Like everything you can do with the JavaScript. And to learn for the JavaScript, and also if you want to, if you're feeling interested in the programming realm, if you want to be a developer in your future, because to be honest, very basic junior JavaScript developer, or junior full stack developers are more than most of the jobs. Okay, so basically the pay scale of a developer is much more higher. So re-explain the line. Yes, sure, sure. 11 to 14. I think you want to be explain this part. Yes, I will explain. Don't worry. I'm here for you only, guys. So let me just complete this thing. So you can just enroll in our full stack course for that. And it's very easy to do. Just go over to the website. I'll show you that once more. Before that, let me just explain this part again to you. So here we have set up an event listener on the button. So it is our button basically. Why it is our button? Because we have grabbed this button here. Because I have grabbed this button here, and let's just grab this button. And by this line, I have set up an event on click. If somebody click over that button, I'm going to execute this function. And here I have made a function. All you have to do is to type the name of the function here. Very simple. Okay. And here I have I have fetched the value that user have input in that input field, and this is our input field. This number is our input field. Why? Because here you can see we have stored the input field document.get element by id, and the id of that input field was number. So here's the number, and I have stored that number here in this thing, basically in this variable number. So here I have grabbed the value just by using number.value. So it is a way to get the value from an input field. And I have stored that number in this variable guess. And after that, all I have done is checked if the number guess, the user input with number. Let's just suppose user input 4. So I just checked if user input number is equals to the lucky number. Lucky number is generated automatically every time. So the lucky number is going to be like, if the, let's just assume lucky number is 10. So obviously 4 is not equals to 10. So then the else part is going to be executed. And here what I've done, here I have grabbed the message. Basically, there is a h1 element in the document. Let me just show you. So I have grabbed this also, this paragraph tag here, this paragraph tag here with the ID of a message, and I have changed the content of that basically that paragraph tag, and it's again very easy to do. All you have to do is type message like MSG, because I have stored that paragraph tag here. So it's the paragraph tag, paragraph tag, okay, p element in this message variable, and all you have to type msg dot inner text equals to you are correct or you are wrong, because in this case if the number is equals to the lucky number, we will show the user a message you are correct. And here we can also change the style, the css property, and to change the css property, just type that particular element for what you want to change the style, message msg dot style, and just type css here, because it's a css. Basically you can see color dot green, it's the css, it's a very basic css to just change the color. And similarly I have changed, I have done if the guest number is not equals to the lucky number. That's all. That's the whole logic behind our game. Okay, it's very basic and it's the whole logic behind the game. Okay. If you're like tech flips, if you're 12-year-olds, you have a lot of time to start. Okay, just start with the very basic of HTML, CSS. Start from there. After that, learn JavaScript and go for some libraries like Bootstrap or jQuery. And after that, you can move on to like advanced stuff like React.js, and later down the line, just learn Node.js. Okay. Front end minimum salaries as a fresher, it completely depends on your skill set, because I personally feel like in the tech industry there are only two things that is going to hold you back. First is your experience, and second your skills. So I have seen a lot of people who are freshers, but they are so skilled that they like got a huge package. And I've seen some people that who have experience of 10 years, and they are still in the salary bracket of fresher too, like in the medium developer bracket. Okay. So it's completely depend on you. So here we have made our basic game, and it's working fine. And here is a small challenge for you, that you have to make use of if else to show if the number is greater than or the smaller than. Let me just give you a hint and just do that this part by yourself. Okay. So if the number is wrong, we are not going to show the message you're wrong right away. We will again check if the guess number, if the guessed number by the user guess is greater than the lucky number. If it is greater than the lucky number, GUESS, we will show a message that your number is too large. Okay. And else we will show a different message that your number is too low. So this is the thing. So if the answer is correct, we will show your number is correct. But if else, here we have the part for the else. Here we will check again just by using if else. So it's a nested if else. So after else, we are checking again. If the guessed number is greater than the lucky number, we will show the message your number is too high. And if else, if the number is lower than the lucky number, we will just show the message too low. Let me just show this to you. Let's just refresh. So let's just type 3. So we got too low. So the number is between 1 to 20. Let's just type 15. It's too high. So let's go with the 10. So 10 is the correct answer. So this is the way we can make a complete full-blown game. And as you can see, the logic is not too difficult. It's the way how you use the simple logic. We have used the FSS statement and some kind of functions, and we have just scratched the. We can use the coloring JavaScript, sir. Coloring JavaScript. I don't know what is the coloring JavaScript actually is. Can you please elaborate? So where I was. So basically, it's a very basic code, but the thing how to think, basically how to design a code, how to properly complete a project, how to from where you have to start, how to tackle the problems. These are the things that you will achieve just by experience. And if you want to learn from me, because again it was very basic course. We have just scratched the surface, and in the classes will be live session. The classes are going to be live session. I personally going to teach you, and in also in your native language. Basically, it completely depends. If you're familiar with Hindi, I will teach you with in Hindi, and if you're completely fine with the English, I will teach you in English, and I will be there for you 24/7. If you're having any kind of doubt, I will clear it to you, and I will teach you everything from very basic to the advanced level. You will be getting one-to-one mentoring session whenever you want, whenever you're like feeling like what to do next. And also we will be working on real world projects, and those projects like 15 plus real world projects, and we'll be covering from front end to back end, how to connect these things, and how industry works, how to write proper code, how to write industry level code, not just like basic code that you can learn from anywhere. I will teach you, like our team will teach you the code that is going to be used in the big tech companies. Okay, this is the thing, and it's very easy to enroll in our course. All you have to do, just let's upgrade google let's upgrade and open the first link and type here start learning. Click over the start learning, and here you will find the full stack web development course. You just can enroll in this course, and you can also see our whole curriculum, what we will teaching you in this course. So you can see down here whole course, how it is going to be executed. I will teach you from very basic, like MongoDB, GitHub, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, HTML5, CSS5, some UI libraries to the best coding practices, each and everything. You can just enroll here. And if you are having any kind of doubt, you can just go in the description, and you will find a form. You can fill that form, and we will personally connect to you, and we will guide you how to move forward. And just go in the description here, and you will find a link. If you have any doubt and queries about the full stack program, just click over this link. Just click over to this link, and you will redirect to a form. Just fill up this form, and it's very basic form, very easy form to fill. And we will contact you, and here we will find what is going to be the fees structure, for how long this course is going to be, the duration of the course, and how to practice JS more. I will share the GitHub link by you will get in the community. Don't worry. Okay. What is your name? Amit Palias. And how to practice JavaScript. Practice is by doing first. Just first you have to cover the whole basic of JavaScript. Then go to like CodeChef, LeetCode, HackerRank. These are some websites where you can try some kind of coding challenges. And if you want to try some kind of my LinkedIn ID, you can look me on LinkedIn. Just type Sanjay Kumariam, and I hope you will find me. Okay. Okay, so that was it, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the session. And I will see you in the real class. And and if you are having any kind of doubt, you can just go over to that link and fill that form. And also you can just visit our website and get enrolled into our full stack development course. It's you will be finding everything here. So what is our course is going to be structures, you can see here, the from very basic how internet works to how to make the internet. Okay, you will be learning each and everything, from problem solving to data structure and each and everything. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this session, and again, let's see in the class. Okay, bye bye, good night.